Mala comes running and falls down. Liu stands up and says, "Are you okay?" Mala says, "Forgive me, your order has fallen." Liu says it does not matter. "Are you okay?" Mala says, "Thank you." Liu starts discussing something with his assistant. Mala stays there and his assistant says, "Why are you standing here?" Mala says, "Can I take a little water in this?" Liu says, "Yes, you can," and tells the assistant, "Give her water." The assistant comes to Mala, takes the bottle from her hand, and leaves. Mala takes something out of her bag and starts eating. Liu says to her, "Sit here and eat." Mala says thank you, and puts her bag down and sits. Mala is eating quickly. Liu says, "You deliver all day and eat only this little food, you will get sick." The assistant comes and says, "Here, take water and eat food." Mala takes the water and thanks. Mala says, "My grandmother is very sick. I need money for her treatment. That is why I eat." Liu says this is not easy and tells the assistant, "Bring something from the canteen and give it to her." The assistant starts to go. Mala stops him and a call comes on Mala's phone. Mala takes out the phone, answers, and says, "What happened?" On the phone, the doctor says, "If you do not pay your grandmother's treatment money today, I will discharge her." Mala, crying, says, "Please do not stop her treatment." Liu and the assistant are watching in surprise. On the phone, the doctor says, "Enough is enough. If you do not pay today, I will throw your grandmother out of the hospital." Mala starts shouting and crying. The doctor cuts the call. Mala starts crying loudly. Liu says, "How much money do you need for your grandmother's treatment?" Mala says, $20,000 are needed for her treatment, and I earn only $5,000 a month. You tell me where I can get the money. Liu says, "You look educated. Why do you not find a good job?" Mala says, "Nowadays, good jobs are not available." Liu says, "I will see," and asks the assistant, "Is there any good post vacant in our office?" The assistant says, "In our office, the post of assistant manager is vacant." Liu says, "From tomorrow, you come to my company. I will give you $100,000 salary and take this. Your advance salary treat." Your grandmother Mala says, "Boss, I came for an interview in your company before, but I did not get a job here." Liu says to his assistant, "How is this possible?" The assistant says, "The manager knows. How would we know?" Liu says to the assistant, "Go bring the manager to me." The assistant says, "Okay." Liu says to Mala, "Now tell me, will you work in our company?" Mala says, "Yes, I will work. I will introduce myself. I studied in small schools and did my higher education in government college." Liu says, "I know you are very capable. Take your advance salary." Mala takes the money from his hand and says, "Thank you very much, boss." The manager comes and says, "What happened, boss?" Liu says, "This girl came some days ago for an interview. Why did you not give her a job in the company?" The manager says, "This girl was not suitable for our company." Liu angrily says, "What fault does she have that you do not have?" The manager says, "I just did not give her the job." Liu says, "I have given her the job of your assistant manager." The manager says, "You gave a job to this low girl." Liu angrily says, "This is my decision." The manager says, "Okay, sir," and says to Mala, "Come here." The manager leaves and our assistant also goes after her. How did you find our story? Please give your valuable opinion. Thank you.